Hi guys, this is Teacher Ricky of Timex Colleges, and we are in our series on how to appreciate works of art. Now this channel is for everyone and everyone who wants to understand art. We will break it down, give you tools so that you could understand and appreciate all forms of art. And today I will be teaching you a new way to appreciate an artwork. I got this lesson from Project Zero of the University of Harvard, and this is called Artful Thinking. It has only 3 steps: seeing, thinking, and then wondering. Now let's get into it. Now in this illustration, Artful Thinking, we have 3 steps. So the first step is we see. We use our eyes. Okay? When you look at an artwork, give time to think. Give time to observe. Don't rush. So when you're in art exhibit, look for a painting that catches your eye, that is aesthetically pleasing to you. You don't have to look at all the paintings in the gallery. Just choose 1 or 2 and then take time and observe and see. Use your eyes. Take a deep breath. Stand in front of the painting. Look at the sides, the top, the middle, and the bottom of the painting, and observe what you see, what catches your eye. Second, you think. You ask questions. What does these things that I see that got attracted to me mean? And then finally, we wonder. We ask questions. What does this artist think? Why did he use that kind of color? What was the symbolism of this painting? So, the 3 simple steps to appreciate art will help us understand an artwork better. So, on your Google Forms, I want you to write down 10 things that you were able to observe. And then right across it, you would see what made you think. What do you think it means, or your interpretation? What do you see that makes you think that way? So in the painting, for example, I saw a lot of blue, okay, blue colors. And then my interpretation of that painting, of that particular observation is, it's a sad painting. From my observation and then my conclusion. So I have reason to conclude because of what I observe. And then on the 3rd column, I want you to ask this question: what makes you wonder? Ask. I wonder why. So there are no wrong or right answers in this portion. So do not be afraid to write whatever you think, whatever you observe. What is your interpretation? What does it mean? What if I had the choice or had the chance to meet Juan Luna, Victor Edades? What would I be asking him? In this exercise, we will be looking at 5 paintings. The first painting would be the painting of Juan Luna, the Spolarium. So when we look at the painting, we stop, we breathe, look below the painting, the middle of the painting, and the top of the painting. Write down what you observe. What characters do you see? At the right side of the painting, what do you see? What catches your eye? What colors do you see? Who do you see? In the middle of the painting, you see another group of characters. What are they doing? What are they pulling? And then on the other side, to the right side of the painting, you'd see another group of people. What do you see? What are they doing? Is there commotion? What colors did Juan Luna use? Who do you think the people are in the painting? What was evident in the painting? Do you think the painting is a balanced painting? Okay, let's go to the next part of the column, the second column, and we ask, what do you think is the meaning of the painting? So from what you saw, try to interpret. Okay, I'll give you a few minutes to do your interpretation, and let's go back to it after you finish. On the third column, I want you to ask, what makes you wonder? If you met Juan Luna today, what would you ask him? So write 10 questions. Now these questions don't need to be right or wrong, okay? It really depends on you. What do you really think, or what do you really wonder about this painting? It doesn't have to be deep. It can be as simple as, what does Juan Luna want to tell me? That's an answer. What does Juan Luna want to tell me? What was the woman in the green dress doing? Why is her back turned? You could also ask, who were the two men being dragged? Are they dead? How did they die? Now you could write down all your answers, a minimum of 5 answers, 5 questions to this particular painting. Now the next painting that we will be discussing will be a painting by Mr. An Kuikok, the fisherman. Now he painted this in 1994, oil on canvas mounted on wood. Now the size of the painting is 60.5 by 92.2 centimeters. Again, let's take 2 minutes to observe this painting. Okay, we start from the bottom, going to the middle, and then going to the top. Now we ask a question, what attracts me to this painting? What do I see? What color is the background? What color is the sun? What are these two men doing? Are they having a hard time or an easy time? What kind of fish did they catch? Second column, I would want you to interpret based on your observation what it means. You could pause this video and write down your answers. On the third column, I want you to ask, what makes you wonder? If you met Mr. Ang Kuikok, what would you ask? I wonder why these men are having a hard time. I wonder why the time of day. I wonder why the sun is up while they're fishing. Again, you could press that pause button for you to give time to write down your questions. On our third painting, we would be talking about the artwork of Victor Edades called The Builders. He did this in 1928, oil on canvas, 121 by 322 centimeters. Again, Let's give 2 minutes to observe and look at this painting closely. Now this is a long painting, so we could look at the right side of the painting, write down your 10 observations, the middle of the painting, and then the left side of the painting. You could hit that pause button so that you could have time to write down your observation. On the second column, write down your interpretation of this painting, of your observation. For example, the builders. All these men are building what? On the second column, try to interpret what you observe. For example, on the right side, I saw a man holding a big stone on his shoulder. I think he is going to build a building, or they're in a construction site. Now you could hit again the pause button to give you time to answer your questions. On the third column, again, write down what makes you wonder. If you met Mr. Edades, what questions will you be asking him? You could hit that pause button so that you could write down your answers. The fourth painting that we will be discussing is a painting by Jose Hoya called The Pastures. This was painted in 1958, oil in board. It's a 34 by 64 centimeter painting. Now let's look at the painting. Let's step back and observe the painting. Let's start from the top. What do you see? What do you observe? What colors do you see? The middle of the painting, and also the bottom of the painting. Now you could hit the pause button so that you could write your 10 observations. On the second column, make your conclusion based on your observation. So again, you could hit again the pause button so that you have time to answer your observation. On the third column, again, write down, I wonder. Ask the question, I wonder why Mr. Hoya ... You could hit again the pause button for you to have time to write down your questions. And finally, the fifth artist that we will be looking at is Fernando Amorsolo. The name of the painting is Under the Mango Tree. This painting was painted in 1941, oil on board, 44 centimeters by 64.5 centimeters. Again, let's take time to look at this painting. Let's look at what these women are harvesting. Let's look at the time of day. What we observe, is it during the day, middle of the day, or the afternoon? Let's write down what fruits they were able to harvest. Okay, you could hit that pause button again to finish all your 10 observations. On the second column, interpret what you observe. For example, the sunlight is hitting above the woman's head, so this must be during noontime. So again, give yourself time to give your interpretation to what you have observed. Do not rush your question. Do not rush your answers. You could also pause and go back to the painting. I wonder if I've met Mr. Amersolo, what questions would I be asking? Maybe a question would be, why did you paint this painting? What was your theme? What was your motivation in drawing this painting? So write down your questions. I wonder why ... And you could press that pause button so that you have time to answer your questions. There is no right or wrong answers to this exercise. What I encourage you to do is to use your eyes, question what you see, and based on your observation, have some conclusion and interpretation of what you see. Now, in art, there's no one answer. There are different answers and interpretation in a painting. So if you say, I saw this, and maybe it means this, therefore I wonder why this is. So appreciation is based on your observation. The artist may have his own interpretation, but of course, as the viewer, you have your own interpretation. Okay guys, now please like this vlog if you learned something new. And also share this video to those friends of yours who want to learn about art. Now hit that subscribe button so that you may know when I upload a new video. So I hope to see you in my next vlog. Take care and see you soon. Bye guys.